Hello and welcome! This video is about the content in the game called Atoraxxion. And what I'm going to show you are the requirements to get in. Then I will show you the story, and you'll see puzzles, and you'll also see fights that you need to do. And at the very end of it, I will also show you what it's like when you group up with others and go into this as a team instead of by yourself during the storyline. So I also want to note that if you're stuck on this or you need tips and advice, in the description of this video are shortcut links. Just find where you're at in this and learn all you can. So without further ado, let's get started. Here we go. So first things first, and that is, what are the requirements to do this, to get in? One of my accounts, it was a low level, so if you go to Essential and you see it right there, Atoraxxion, Vaha, you need to be at a certain spot in South Valencia, the main quest line, and 40k CP or 40,000 CP or higher. So I do want to go into, well, where is that in South Valencia that I need to be? It says Advice of Berto, but I don't know where that's at, how far away I am, or how to check. So what you would do is go to the main menu right there, tap on it, and you tap on main quests in the bottom left right there on the right hand side. You'll go into it, main quests, you tap on Southern Valencia, and you would want to tap the X so it shows King of the Outlaws. So you tap on that. So when you get to that section and you scroll all the way down to the very, why did it have to be it? The very last one, Advice of Berto. That's where you unlock one of two requirements. So when you get to this point and you knock that out, then you just need to make sure you're 40k CP and you'll be able to get in. So what we're gonna do now is show you the storyline. I apologize, I'm adjusting the sound for the whole thing for voiceovers to the music, and I finally find a good spot as it progresses along. I will chime in when we get to puzzles and to battles, but for the most part I want you to enjoy the story for all it has to offer. So here we go.
Yes, I understand Shais often fail to comprehend subtle hints, so I'll warn you very clearly. There is a limit to my patience.
I'm sorry. I really am. But Martha and Luffy, they aren't the type to just up and run without paying for something. What I'm saying is... Oh, actually, why am I the one apologizing? Oh, you finally got here. Oh, you know how anxious I've been waiting for you.
Yes, is this the person that intends to help you? It shames me to speak so candidly to the hero of Serendia, but as a merchant, I suppose I must. To get to the point, I'm told you're a friend of Yaz's. She tells me that you'll be paying for her stay at the inn. I assume you know the archaeologists Martha Kian and Laffy Bedmount. Of course you do. You are acquainted with Yaz after all. As I suspected, Yaz, you do yourself an injustice bringing our hero into this. Do you intend to mock me further? You must think business is booming, what with all these guests. Well, you'd be wrong. Do you know how much silver they still owe me? Take a guess at how many workers they've hired. filled the entire inn with them, then vanished without paying for the rooms. And their friend here not only refuses to pay, but insists on prattling on about matters completely unrelated. Huh. Apparently, Laufey and Martha have gone missing in the ancient stone chamber. Honestly, trying to use that old chestnut as an excuse. Unbelievable.
Now hang on just a moment. Did you just tell her I'm only an acquaintance? How rude! How could you say such a thing? I called you here because you're supposed to be my friend. Well, anyway, we discovered a new type of ancient weapon that we've never seen before. You do remember, right? Who we are? The protectors of secrets, the secret guards. We also discover secrets that are, well, better kept secret. Laufey discovered an ancient text in the ancient stone chamber and insisted that Martha go with him. Why? Who knows? But the worrying thing is that they just suddenly disappeared. Spooky, right? Huh? You don't think that's spooky? I need to find out what's going on, but that woman's keeping me hostage until she gets her payment. But what's done is done, and we need to go to the chamber now. Shall we bring some of Martha's things with us?
The blood-eyed invaders, the last stronghold of the land. The advent of production and augmentation. The architect of Atoraxxion.
Huh? What? You can read it too? What's written on here then? Well?
Dekia and the four Dekima. The final battle. The heart of Atamagia.
Is this about the newly discovered ancient weapon? What's this? Atoraxxion. Is that how you read it? Those guys! You know what? I bet Martha and Laufey left on their own so they could have all the fun. Atomagia. Ancient text. It means the Legion of Ators, the ancient giants. Well, that's that. But you know, Yaz the Clever is the knower of everything. And you know, they say there's no such thing as a poor hero. Yes, I'm talking to you. I could hear the sound of coins jingling in your purse a mile off. How about I let you see the new ancient weapon if you agree to pay our debts at the inn for us?
finally paying up. It seems Yaz wasn't all talk after all. Very well, since it just so happens to be you, I'll make a special exception and waive this week's interest. Wouldn't it have been much less painful if you'd done this at the start? For both our sakes.
Wow, amazing! This is one generous hero right here. And doesn't it make you feel good seeing me feel this great? I'm going to wrap up here and head over with the workers. Go on ahead to the ancient stone chamber and find Eden. Show him Martha's journal and he'll show you the new ancient weapon. Ah, yeah, that's right. He might be reluctant to. Oh well.
Careful, snowing.
What brings you here? Well, I never. You're the person Yaz asked to help us? And still they fail to consider the consequences of their actions. Seems like my colleagues owe you a deep debt of gratitude. This is where Martha and Laffy disappeared. Even just thinking about it makes my head ache.
You better go first. I'll stay here and take care of the rest. Quickly now!
But wait, that ancient weapon... Something's off about it. It definitely wasn't in that pose before. You know, I haven't slept well these last few nights. Maybe I'm starting to hallucinate.
my head. What is this place? Atoraxxion Vaha. The evil dark invaders cannot escape the eye of the sun. What's going on? Look! Hey, what's the matter with you? Are you okay? I heard your evil companion screaming. I told you this would be dangerous. Wow. This tower, just... wow. This looks like a recording device.
Do your best, like you always do. For that which only you can achieve. For me.
Initiating analysis. Dark Invader's wavelength not detected. Decreasing combat readiness to level 1. Maintain idle state.
Your companion? It's woken the ancient weapon? It said, Dark Invader's wavelength detected, activating weapons. I'm too weak to do this. Hanging around you is going to get me killed. So you'll understand if I go looking for Martha first, right? Because the weapons will stay put if I'm alone. My friends will definitely need my help, and you get my best wishes. Good luck!
So we are coming up to the first event in the storyline. It starts out with the story thus far. And when you get up here, you'll see that the CP requirement is 40,000, and it is consistent throughout the whole story. How you handle it, well, that's up to you. This is a sneak peek of the items that drop when you fight monsters in the story, and when you're done, you will get these drops as well, fighting with groups of people. So these are the other rewards you get just for doing the storyline. So as you go in, you will fight groups of enemies at each one of the cubed sections. And it won't let you progress until you defeat that barrier. And at this point, a dinosaur-looking creature appears, and what you need to do is literally go stand by the door and let him charge at it a few times. You see the red strip that he gives? You want to steer him over to that door. I tried fighting him, but I realized that I could read for the main objective. It says break through the barrier blocking the path, and there it is. Lure him to put a crack in the wall. Hey, what do you know? I can read. So we come over here, swing the camera around. He's already on us, and look at that. One hit and the wall or the door is halfway gone. So 2 hits and you're good to continue. And try not to get hurt.
How did you get here?
It's the first time I've seen a structure like this. There's no sign of people living here, though. Wonder what it is.
Luffy, shut up. Look who came. I didn't think Yaz would make it. But she told me everything. She said these ancient weapons suddenly started moving because you arrived. Now, thanks to you, we're stuck here. Still, it is good to see you safe.
Well, I never! Come over here! Come and take a look at this.
So far, based on my understanding of anatomy, I've been experimenting with weapons of humanoid form.
But Master informed me that in the outside world, life forms adapt in all manners of ways in order to survive. Apparently, some have joints that bend in all directions, while others have long, magnificent tails trailing them.
Perhaps all the Histria ancient weapons were made here. If so, what in the world is this place? Who made it? What was their reason for doing so?
Wait! Look over there! Something suddenly lit up. Yaz, what did you touch?
Oh, I can read a little ancient text myself. You managed to get through then. Good work, Hero of Hydel.
A device outside started to light up. Yaz, don't touch anything else.
What? Martha, that's not important right now. Someone else is in here with us. And we're clueless who. For all we know, they might be the eyes of these gigantic ruins silently observing us. Oh, that woman left a recording behind for us. I'll read it for you, so listen up. Not all records could be deciphered, so I leave behind the messages that could. Save me. Get me out. I'm waiting. Soon I will sleep. What? What in the world's this? Ah, there's another one. You and I both came here for the same reason. But did you truly think I'd allow you to just take the heart? Here, a small hint for you. You who must feel so bewildered by now. I wonder what the world would have looked like today had the four Dakima that built Atoraxxion actually cared for one another.
You mean there's others trapped here like us? We're not the first to discover these ruins?
Who are these records for? Nope. I can't be expected to know everything, alright? I'm going to go stuff my face with bread now if anyone wants me. Martha, you said that the sphere lit up on its own, right? Let's go take another look at it then.
When they mentioned threads, did they mean this? Then we'll call this Vaha's thread. They do say a broken clock is right twice a day. Seems you were right about this being a puzzle, Martha. Let's see. That round object is called the Stella Gia. Doesn't that mean a path of stars? Whoever this ancient was, they were quite the soppy romantic.
Now just a minute! Am I the broken clock in that analogy? This Vaha person now. Who exactly was he?
That woman also mentioned something else. Something about the four Dakima that built Atoraxxion not caring for one another? What's that got to do with anything? Gosh, I don't know.
So we're now on to our first puzzle, and I'm going to explain it as it occurs so you can see it and hear me at the same time. But basically, there is a object you interact with in the center, and there are 4 symbols and colors around it. It's kind of like a live game of Simon Says. So when you tap on the center, it will give you a pattern like square, triangle, circle. And the colors, you just look at the colors, really. And I did notice that the first time I tapped it, it gave me 3 symbols to mimic. You go to each column that you're trying to do in the pattern, and there'll be an option to tap on it to activate it. So here we go. You activate, look above the sphere. So blue square, yellow triangle, red circle. So blue square, but I kind of ignored this. I didn't know what the red was, and now I know that it's a timer. You need to go and activate in sequence those 3 things before the red circle gets to the outer boundary. Then it will, I guess it'll damage you. I don't think I stick around to find out if I get damaged. But it'll be time's up, and then you need to start over and do it again. And there it is. It does kind of look like it explodes. So this time, I'm pleased to say that it gives me 2 symbols to mimic back to it. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. So blue square and red circle. Easy. Alright, blue square. Where was that? That was on my... right there. It is over there. So you see, tap on activate. And you could begin running at this time. You don't have to wait for the animation. And red circle. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Tap on activate. And congratulations. So you need to do this 3 times. And I guess if you fail it, it'll be not a check mark. Sorry, I didn't show you guys what it's like. So green triangle, blue square. Or, yeah. Yep. There we go. Okay, and blue square over to the right. And done. Easy, right? Just follow the colors. There's 1 of each color. Or symbols, whichever one works best for you. And green triangle, red circle, yellow triangle. There we go. And red circle. And this is kind of familiar if you are a longtime player of all the events that Pearl Abyss has done. This is similar to others. And there it is. All 3 are done, and you get to move forward. Congratulations.
As the energy of the heavens weakens, the earth will soon crumble and a great rage will follow. In preparation of this, 100,000 weapons shall be constructed. During times of peace, the weapons will train in various environments. In the heat, the cold, the humid, and the dry. But in times of war, they will unite together to fend off any and all threats. The threat of the blood-eyed invaders
My dear Dekima, you will reclaim our future. Now, make haste to your biomes to create the different environments of this world. Manufacture your weapons, and have them train and prepare. And to each of the biomes shall be given the names Valmarkia, Sakrakia, Yolanakia, and Orzekia. Then, Atoraxxion will be complete. I will not rest as I prepare for that fateful day. And when the 49 suns fall out of the heavens, I shall return. Do not dismay, as we depart for only a brief time. My Dekia clone that breathes in the Magia of Protekia will continue to lead you down the right path.
The son of Atoraxxion Valmalkia. Designer, Vaha. Overseer, Vaha.
We were once just nameless orphans, but Master took us in and named us Vaha, Sika, Yolu, Oz. We didn't know back then just how important those names were. We each went to our own worlds. Vamalkia, Sikrakia, Yolunakia, Orzekia. After we had all returned safely, we got to creating our biomes in accordance to Master's will, and we swore to fend off the Dark Invaders. Today, I went to Protekia to see my master, though I knew too well that I could not see him physically, of course. For he has fallen into a deep slumber and continues to watch over us. But it is only a short while now, until that day arrives. And until that day arrives, I will stay strong and not waver. I stand at the right hand of the man that will save the world and watch over everyone.
Look! Now the Soul Magia over there has been activated. The records here have also unlocked. Let's see, what have we got here? Wait, isn't this a blueprint? Vaha's cradle? Is that the last section of this biome?
If we reach Vaha's cradle, we might be able to get out of here.
Uh-oh. Did something just move? Huh? What's this? Valmalkia controlling authority? Look at this! Control authority is granted to... unknown. It must be that woman, the one in white. This shows who's got control authority for this area. I reckon the records would normally show the name Vaha.
Okay, we're gonna go into our second battle sequence called Vaha's Heart, and I'm going to be freezing it to show slides and strategies and how things work. It's my first time through it, so forgive me for running around like a chicken with its head cut off. I was trying to figure it out just like you. So I will be chopping this video sequence up so I can get straight to the point of what to look for and what you want to do. Here we go. So the first thing that happens is what you've already seen. These squares drop monsters, and you are defeating the monsters until the main boss comes out to fight. And it says activate the safeguard, so we're continuing to just move from one square to the next, killing all the creatures that we come across. And so this is now the boss of the area. I believe his name is pronounced Croton. So you're damaging him at this moment. He fights just like Layton out in the Great Desert. Pretty much the same. You want to just be aware of him jumping at you, his double axes, his multiple strikes. So I believe as we get closer to him having 10 health remaining, a new sequence triggers. I believe there it is. So he's preparing to strike the enemy. You need to find an object to stop him, but that object is up on the top levels there, and you're wanting to kill these creatures that are approaching him, the boss. So you need to kill them so that you're powering up this white area. So it needs power by killing the creatures. And in the center, you see the arrow that points up. Well, the gauge is halfway full. And I realized as I'm running around, it says right there in the top right corner, defeat the monsters walking towards him. So if you don't, then they just fall dead. And I believe they're giving him energy. So I got my act together and I'm starting to kill them. So I'm just gonna keep this up, even though I'm not seeing much of a response in increasing the energy for the what I'm calling a jump pad that I need. But we're doing as it says, just continuing to kill the monsters. That one actually had energy around it, and it gave us what we needed. So now the jump pad is activated, and my first flight didn't go very well. So let's go back up, and if you're on a phone or a tablet or anything, you kind of want to approach it from here, from right there, and move or push towards or forwards, like up, so that you can fall towards the platform. And I didn't know what these spheres do, they damage you. I think it should have been obvious. I accidentally fell down, so I get more practice to go back up. And I'm pushing up on my D-pad, or the circle thing, and it allowed me to land on the platform. So this time I'm going to cut to the right, and I know that that does damage. I mean, everything up here does damage to you. So I'm just waiting for my moment to cut across. And this is just like a clock. Just time when you want to go around it. Cut the corners on this. And there's another clock. So just don't get hit. It'll stun you and do damage. And if you're just scraping the barrel of qualifying for this, that might really hurt you. So, at this intersection, on the left-hand side is a sphere, on the right-hand side is a sphere. I am not sure which one I'm supposed to go to. And by the way, this one rolls halfway, so halfway, and it rolls to the right, so I knew I wanted to run to the left. When I tapped to activate this, it let me know that it was the wrong one, and try again. I don't see a timer for it, so I'm just gonna head to the other one. So run on the right side, follow the clock. Well, yeah. And this one is to the halfway point and on the right. So now you can see what damage it does to me. Almost half my life. Be careful. So now when we activate this, it stops him from powering up down below, his frenzy. I'm going to show you what that frenzy looks like at the end of this video when I join a group. We just didn't get our act together, and holy cow, when you allow him to frenzy, it's a mess and very dangerous. So you're back in it, you're fighting him. He got 5 more health. I could have swore we left him at times 10. So we just keep at him. Just watch for him jumping towards you. Dodge towards him to avoid those axe attacks. You can even dodge to the side. That's an AoE attack, so you kind of want to avoid that. Man, he's almost dead. Yep, that didn't help. Now, once again, if you are 40k CP, this fight will be a little bit longer, and I highly advise you to not stand in front of his face and try to tank him. I have a lot of gear on, and I would say I have memory imprints, but coincidentally, all of them got refunded today. So, all my healing memory imprints, I just realized I'm not wearing them. Hey, good job. So, I guess I'm running off of pure ego. And there we go. He is now down. And that's how this works. And moving on. Here we go.
Keine Pestikante,
Did that woman do all this too? Why is she doing this? What's she planning?
I'm the first look at.
And this is the last fight before the whole quest line is complete. So it took me a while to get through everything, so I'm gonna, like I said in the last one, I'm gonna chop it up and try to show you the important parts. So when you load in, there are 4 columns that you can interact with, and if you start with the ones that I do, the first one will spawn in creatures to fight, whereas the next one that I do, so I'm going clockwise, will not. So the second one and the third one will not, but the fourth one, so all the way to the right, will spawn in creatures. So if you know this, then you can get out of the way instead of them spawning on top of you. So now that they're dead, we'll come to the next one. I might be a little skittish because I thought it would spawn them, but maybe not. So you want to tap to activate it twice. So the I don't know what you call those, the feathers are pointing towards the center and creating a beam. So you basically hit every column twice, or activate them. Okay, and this is the last one I was talking about that we go to. So it's gonna spawn a large group of enemies. You want to kill them all, and then it will activate the main boss for this area, and I'll go into a conversation about him. So it's increasing the threat level, giving you more creatures to fight. It's very important that you get out of the way so they don't spawn on top of you. It's always best to back away. There's the dinosaur that you remember. Now you want to kill him. There's no gate for him to break. And they're almost done. And that yellow area, you want to get away from it. It just does constant damage. And almost done. See, you want to get away. You can see it just ticking down my health. Alright, here is the boss. So let me take this moment to pause and let's cover a few things. First of all, these colors, blue, yellow, and red are the towers that he uses to heal himself and to draw power to him. The center is no longer an important thing, so you don't have to worry about that sphere. And of course, this is the main boss, which is Aten. He fights just like Layton in the Great Desert, except more fierce, and he's got a lot of moves. So I'm going to show you his moves. We'll pull him to the side so you can see that, and then I'll continue with more instruction. Here we go. So what I want you to do is pay attention to all of the moves he's using on me. His jump attack, that double strike or slash to the ground, circular attack, a very big AoE frontal attack, and he's back to doing his normal pattern of attacks, and that laser beam attack. All of it means dodge out of the way. So the way this works is, for the very first notification, you need to get his health down to 16. Let me freeze it. And you're waiting for this message. If you read it, it says Aten is communing with the Spire of Arrogance. You really don't have to memorize which one is the Spire of Arrogance. Look at what Pearl Abyss is doing for you. They put the word Spire of Arrogance in blue, so match up the colors. He's drawing power from the blue spire, the blue pole from the ground. And what you need to do is, now that he's doing that, you need to go over to that pole and you need to attack it. What it's going to do is shoot out a AoE burst of energy. So you have to wait until this message comes up. Otherwise, if you pull him over to any one of those towers and attack him, it's going to heal him. So all that work you did on his health is going to go back to full health. So when you get the message, then go to the appropriate color stick, spire, however you want to call it, and attack it. So he will follow you, and the minute he gets in range and one of those blasts goes out and hits him, then another message comes up showing that he is drained, and you can attack him and continue the attack. So then you ultimately want to pull him away from the remaining colored towers and attack him till you get the next message where he is communing with the next spire. So now that you have that game plan and that strat in your head, let's keep going. Now, I did forget to mention something on your way to trapping him with the spire, is that sometimes creatures will come out. I don't know if they do or they don't, but if they do, kill them all, and then you and Aten are by yourselves, so you can get him to the spire and weaken him. Just like you just saw, the spire destroys itself, and now you're back to 2 colors and getting his health down so he communes with the next one. And we're just going to hang out here and watch as his health continues to go down. It looks like health number 12, like at his 12th bar of health, is when it triggers the next commune. And there it is. You know this because of the message, Spire of Deception. It's yellow. He's drawing from the yellow. You got some creatures. You want to kill all the creatures. So that's just him and you. And I don't know how long this is going to take, so we're going to just fast forward to it. And now you can see that I attacked the spire. It releases that shockwave. He's in range, and the message appears. He's now down. We can attack him. The spire disappears. And he did regenerate his health, so we do have to get him down. So that's the trick with this fight, is to get him away from the spire so he doesn't heal, but get his health down so that he communes and keep it down. So it's something to focus on over time. But right now I'm thinking that attacking the spire is a good thing. So let's go to where we bring his health down and go for the last spire. Here we go. And when his health is at 6, then he communes with the very last spire. So 7, going down, and 6. There it is. So, he's now communing with the red spire. It's the only one left. We know what to do. We now need to go attack it, but we do have some creatures that are coming at us. So we'll just kill those creatures and draw him to it. Hopefully the creatures are not too much of a challenge for you. There we go. So, coming around, let's target the spire and get that and start attacking it. There we go, targeted. Boom. See how easy it is when you know the strategy. So let's finish him off and be done with this. So let me go ahead and introduce the next section of the video, the last one. I'm just gonna let it play. I will cut up some bits and pieces, but I want to thank the people that I was with, and I really appreciate all of us were learning. So this is group play, and I'll just go over some of the UI and how that works in just a moment. Let's say goodnight to this guy, shall we? Done. Boy, I tell you, if you only knew how long that fight really was. Nice. And oops, it looks like I owe you an apology. There is storyline that you get to enjoy and one more fight, but it's not so bad of a fight. So let's go ahead and enjoy, and I'll chime in on the fight.
An assessment in the form of a sacred duel known as the Gladios. And in this duel, it was our weapons that decided the winner. I was the most motivated out of everyone to win, to prove myself worthy to take up our great master's mantle. I wanted to be an apprentice that would never tarnish our master's great name. So I worked harder than anyone. And I constantly reminded myself of Master's teachings, dedicating body and soul so as not to disappoint him. Thus, I never lost, not even once. The envious looks the other Dakimas cast my way only fed my motivation further.
And this, Vaha's cradle, or so they call it. Why a cradle, you ask? Well, it was named to reflect Vaha's resolve to defeat the Dark Invaders, even if it required coming back from death. I think a pretty powerful ancient weapon slumbers here. Maybe Vaha's even imprisoned here, don't you think?
However, on the final day, when the Dark Invaders arrived, my army awaited them, I by their side, and no one else.
Be careful! I'll be right behind you!
Vaha, our heavenly garden will only be completed under the approval of the goddess. Heaven. I always like that word. I dreamt of it once, you see. A place you can never reach, no matter how hard you work at it. A heaven like that. Thank you for coming all the way here. I knew I could rely on you to do your best, no matter the task. Now, I'll say this first to address any misconceptions you might have. I did not take your Black Spirit's powers. The Black Spirit's powers were taken by another. Taken by Atoraxxion. Oh, you see, Atoraxxion is a stronghold built for the sole purpose of fighting Black Spirits. If it detects their wavelengths and believes that a Black Spirit is approaching or has entered the stronghold, it immediately absorbs all the black energy within that section. It then harnesses that energy to construct additional weapons. Quite amazing, is it not? Rux. He constructed this huge, magnificent stronghold to fight against an unknown enemy he had yet to encounter. And now, the resentment you harbor for me has blindly led you to this very place. And this huge stronghold, once lost to time, now runs again. Soon, in Vaha's cradle, this stronghold will awaken. How? Because you will soon defeat Lucretia.
But you know, I found another of Vaha's records. It's a question that Vaha asked Master Dagger. Listen carefully. Master, can Atoraxxion really save us when the day comes? You see, despite my winning every year, I still feel that I lack a certain something. To this, the Master answered by saying, Atoraxxion will show its true worth on the day the Dark Invaders come. For the true strength of this stronghold, created in order to protect us, can only be demonstrated when a Dark Invader is detected. Master, what do you mean it will show its true strength? I mean the heart of Automagia will awaken.
It seems you've finally realized. Thanks to you, the first requirement for waking the heart of Automagia will be fulfilled here, right in this room. But we cannot sacrifice your Black Spirit just for this, can we? So, I wish you every success in getting this stronghold up and running.
So quite honestly, this fight is just like Elite Guild Raid that is already available. There's a rider and a mount, and they don't heal each other when they're together, so you could basically burn them down. But the mount is very annoying and is always in your face, so you choose. Do you take out the mount first, then the rider, or the rider and then the mount? I chose the rider first, and that's what's going on here. Is you just burn them down. Quite honestly, you will see that the mount is able to put flames on the ground, and you just dodge and avoid the flames. The rider has an incredibly long little dart, yellow electric dart that he shoots at you. But yeah, it shouldn't be very much. So what you're gonna see here is just I take out the rider and then take out the mount, and then we continue with the storyline. So there's a lot of health that they still have. I'm not gonna have you sit through it. We'll just get to the point where they're just about gone. So that's pretty much it. There's more strategy involved when you're in group play, but for this solo match, not really. You just get a chance to burn them down, which is a relief over the last fight. Here we go.
And Elezra? In the end, she was just using you? To activate Atoraxxion? Everything she said pretty much ties in with what's written in the records here. But what's Elezra going to do with the heart? Who knows what evil plan that one's scheming? We need to stop her. Come on, we can leave this place now. Another door opened. Urukios. It's the stronghold containing the energy of water. What is this heart of Automagia thingy anyways? And what's that woman planning to do with it? If you want the answers to those questions, you'll need me. Got it?
And when you see this moment, you are done. The main, or the storyline for this is completed. See? Nothing left to do. So I want to cover a few things before we go into the group play. At this moment, there's an exit right in front of you. You can choose to exit, or you can go backwards and collect all the knowledge nodes like this one. That gives you CP, gives you health, improves your workers much better, like +1 to everything. So the advice is just run along the walls in every room, and you will collect all the nodes the knowledge nodes that there are. I highly recommend it. When you get to there's 3 rooms. When you get to the 3rd room, you might exit out. Just go back in if you miss something. But other than that, I would take the time to get them all. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to group play for Atoraxxion. Here we go. So now that the storyline is finished, you will find this square at the bottom left corner, Atoraxxion. It allows you to group up with others and farm. You can explore. These are the rewards. So there's quick join or create your own room. You can only do this 5 times a week, so be aware. And the rewards up there are limited 1 per week. So, but if you create a room or quick join, let's create a room. You can have 3 people join your party and get it going. So you can do party invite and select guild or bloodkin. Let's go back to that. You can select guild or bloodkin and get 3 people going so you can enjoy it privately. And you can also set the room to private. So we'll go back. We are doing quick join, and once again, Explorer Atoraxxion is just the area you came from the storyline. So let's join a group. Here we go. So what you will notice with group play is that it is exactly the same as when you soloed the whole thing, except the monsters are much stronger and probably more of them, but the concepts are the same. You destroy all the monsters in each cube and group until you get to that wall or the dinosaur you need to run into the wall to continue. If you remember all that, you're just doing the same thing. What I do want to tell you is that it's very, very important that you check out the end of this video, not the very end, but this group play, because there's something special that none of us knew needed to happen, and I want you to be well informed, and I will actually give you the information on how to pass it. So it's really worth your while if you're going to be farming group play to if you're not interested in seeing the fight, at least get to the last fight, which is the boss with the colored spires. And when we pass through that, there's something you have to see. So I'm gonna meet you at that point. Here we go. So the moment has come where I want to show you this. And it says that each one of you must combine the materials that you got to create a dagger. And they don't show you how to create the dagger. If you look at the description, it just says created in a pattern that looks like a square. That would be my guess. And you do it from Yaz's pouch. So going back to Yaz's pouch, we'll look at this a little more detail. I mean, this whole interface is like, what? It's out of left field. So there it is. Arrange into a square shape in Yaz's pouch to craft the dagger. So there's a lot of trial and error that's going on right here. But what I want to do is cut right to it. Show you what pattern you need to put it in Yaz's pouch. And then tap combine. I have spent a good time trying to figure this out. And I got lucky. I figured it out. I want you to know it so that you and your party can go forward into the next fight. And one more time, a big shout out to WinDX and Dinosaur, especially WinDX. Him and I just really went the distance trying to figure this out. We went into the next room and really want to say thank you. So once again, here's the solution to create the dagger. Here we go. This solution is only given to you when you successfully complete the dagger, and I want to give it to you. We need more people that are enjoying this content and going forward. There's more things to discover. Yaz's pouch is meant to craft more things than just this dagger. So let's get you guys ready for the next item. So what you do is you put the blue shard in the top left corner, the blue stone in the middle at the top, and the red stone in the middle on the far left, and the bell in the center to create the square. And once you do that, you tap combine. Congratulations, you created Lucretia's dagger. And then from this point, you put it into the interface. Everyone who's in your party needs to do this. So what ended up happening is WinDX whispered me, and we were able to communicate with each other. And I told him just what I'm telling you now. And Dinosaur tried to help out, saying go to Discord and you'll see the answer and how to do this, but it just didn't work out. So we communicated, he got it, we were able to move forward. So let's go on with the video. So at this point, it looks like we were able to get in. He placed his dagger in. We lost Dinosaur, so it's just WinDX and myself. And we were able to at least see what this fight is like. But for 2 people out of 5, oh, that's rough. But we wanted to know. We wanted to just see how the fight progressed, what the mechanics were. You know, just the excitement. I was trembling with fear, literally. So, what I wanted to share with you is this fight is different. It's not like a solo where you just burn down one. They actually will heal each other when they're near each other. But what I want to point out is there's a white circle on the ground. There's 2 of them with like a sphere in it. You need to stand in it and attack it somehow. Like I did at AoE. You see them off in the distance over there on the left? You need to go to them and destroy them. Each one of you standing in one circle, and it will trigger a curse or whatever is keeping these guys healed to not happen. So you'll see that there's 2, one for him, one for me. Even the mini map is trying to tell you, hey, go over to it. So that's what you do. Otherwise, you can see they're just healing each other. And I thought you had to keep them separated, but there was a mechanic going on that I just wasn't aware of. So that's as far as we got. I ran out of time. We did not finish this. See, that is the circle right there. So it's kind of like, what do? You don't interact with it. You don't do anything. He's standing in it. So, yeah. You each stand in it, and you attack it somehow. And you'll see a dialogue message saying something about the curse. You know, darn it, the curse, and you'll be able to keep going with the fight. But the more people you have, the easier it's gonna be. And I wish you good luck. So I'm going to ouch. I'm gonna go ahead. This video is long enough. I just wanted to show you this part and give you that combination to make the dagger. So now we're going to go to the outro of this video. Here we go. And on behalf of WinDX and myself, Magi, we'd like to say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like the videos on this channel, please like, subscribe, let people know I am always making more videos, and there are always more videos left to make. So once again, thank you very much. I'm going to put Lucretia's dagger combination up on the screen at the end here for you to enjoy. So thank you once again, and good luck to you all. Bye now.